It turns out she might have been wrong. Indiana is now one of the hottest spots in the league, and players are showing real interest. Things change fast in basketball.
The Indiana Fever continue to make massive moves in free agency, signing Sophie Cunningham and DeWanna Bonner. And you guys, I don't even think they're done yet.
Sheryl Swoopes once said no one wanted to play for Indiana. But guess what? She's got to take that back because Sue Bird just set the record straight. The WNBA icon just dropped a major truth bomb, proving Indiana isn't the disaster Swoopes made it out to be. Now, everyone's seeing the reality. Indiana is on the rise.
And the Fever are, of course, going real big with the moves that they're making here in WNBA free agents. They're flexing because they're a premier destination. They are the league's most popular team with the league's most popular player.
Remember when Sheryl Swoopes went on air and made it sound like Indiana was a wasteland for basketball? She didn't just say players weren't interested. She painted a picture so bad you'd think the Fever's locker room was abandoned.
Defensively, besides Aaliyah Boston, besides Lexi Hull, because I think Kelsey Mitchell's an okay defender. Lexi Hull, is a dog on the defensive end.
Yeah.
But besides those two, I worry about the defense.
Swoopes didn't hold back. She made it sound like Indiana was where basketball careers went to die. A Hall of Famer, a legend, basically telling the world that no star player in their right mind would ever consider joining the Fever. It was almost like she was putting up a big stay away sign, warning players that signing with Indiana meant watching their dreams disappear.
You know what I mean?
Playoffs, but I also know players on that team that are like, oh hell no, we don't want to just be here.
Yeah.
Because then when you
about to say that.
Because then when you factor in free agency, you got players on this Indiana Fever team.
They getting paid anyway?
That are like, no, but players who will be free agents next year.
You might be wondering, was it really that bad? Well, according to Swoopes, it was even worse. She made it seem like the Fever's locker room was a total mess, full of drama, chaos, and a losing culture. In her eyes, Indiana wasn't just struggling. It was a place where talented players went to see their careers fade away.
Oh, y'all
That's not my point. There's a lot of other going on that players are like, this ain't where I want to be.
over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some new shit going on around there.
It's a lot. So you have players that are very significant on this Indiana Fever team that are like, I don't
want to be here.
This is where I want to be.
But here's where things get really interesting. Swoopes wasn't just some random critic ranting online. She's Sheryl freaking Swoopes, a Hall of Famer, a legend. When she talks, people listen, and this time, they listened loud and clear . Her words spread through the league faster than a Caitlin Clark no-look pass.
But my thing is this. So what happens when Aaliyah ain't playing well again?
It's back to
you know what I mean? And so as a player,
back to it.
But as a player, do you want to continue to stay in a situation where you keep yourself vulnerable to all of the hate that you know is going to come to you if you're not playing the way everybody thinks you should be playing?
Before long, fans, the media, and even players were looking at Indiana like it was untouchable, in the worst way. The Fever weren't just a struggling team anymore. They became the team no one wanted to go near. That's how much weight Swoopes' words carried.
But if you're a player, and I'm just using Aaliyah as an example because Aaliyah is not a free agent. But if you're a player like an Aaliyah Boston, you know the worth you bring to any other franchise. Now, and you know how that works. Not every player who's a free agent should leave because the grass probably ain't gonna be greener for you.
Facts.
But a player like a Kelsey Mitchell could be very valuable to any
anywhere.
team.
Yeah, facts.
Right?
Facts.
Aaliyah Boston could be very valuable to any team when she becomes a free agent. I'm just saying.
For a while, it seemed like Swoopes might have had a point. The Fever just couldn't catch a break. Every free agent signing felt like another blow, and doubt started creeping in. People were even questioning if Indiana still had a place in the league.
I don't know if they love her now. My thing is this: when they're winning.
She's the best. Yeah.
No, she ain't the best player.
No,
when they're winning, it's like, oh, Aaliyah had a good game.
Yeah.
And as soon as they lose a game, it's right back to why is she here?
Why is she here?
So as a player, though, from a mental standpoint, I don't know if I want to subject myself to that every single game.
But hold up. That Indiana is where careers go to die take. Yeah, It aged badly like milk sitting out in the Indiana summer heat. So, what changed? How did the Fever go from the WNBA's least desirable team to the place everyone wants to be? Well, the answer is so wild, so unexpected, that if I had told you a year ago, you would have laughed me right out of the gym.
The part of being a professional, I show up regardless if you niggas love me or hate me.
No doubt.
It doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, I know now that when you play good, they love you. When you play bad, they hate you. You know what you gotta do? Play fucking good. Yeah. You gotta play fucking good as much as you wanna not have that pressure on you.
Just when it seemed like Indiana was stuck in basketball quicksand, in comes Sue Bird with a take so hot it could melt steel. And this isn't just anyone talking. This is Sue Bird, 4-time WNBA champ, 5-time Olympic gold medalist. A true legend. And the way she's breaking down Indiana's moves, it's like watching a chess master explain why the so-called unstoppable strategy is about to get wrecked.
So Sue Bird is one of the greatest point guards of all time in the WNBA. And she's someone who obviously is a part owner in the Seattle Storm. So hyping up another team is a bit of a conflict of interest, if we're being honest. Not like something crazy, but a little bit of a conflict of interest. We can be honest here.
You might be thinking, okay, but what's the big deal? Players talk all the time but here's the thing. When Sue Bird speaks, it's not just noise. It's like the basketball gods are dropping insider info. And what she's saying about the Fever, it's making everyone in the league sit up and pay attention.
So that takes us to Indiana, which I think everyone agrees right now has gone from, a team that made the playoffs last year, lost in the first round. They were building all these young pieces, of course, Caitlin Clark, to now an immediate contender with all the moves that they've made.
So, what's Sue saying that's got her so fired up? Let me break it down. She's not just pushing back on the old narrative. She's flipping it completely. She's painting a brand new picture of Indiana that's making everyone do a double take. And it's not just about minor roster tweaks. Indiana is making major moves. Big names, game changers, the kind of signings that can turn a franchise around.
Natasha Howard certainly stands out. I loved playing with Tosh.
But you cannot say enough about
I cannot say enough about Tosh. I really enjoyed playing with her. I think she really is she's just this glue player that doesn't get enough shine for what she does, because a lot of what she does doesn't show up in the box score, but she just is always in the right place at the right time. And a player like that, I think, complements what Indiana is built.
You know exactly who Sue's talking about. DeWanna Bonner, Natasha Howard, Sophie Cunningham. These aren't just solid players. These are the kind of game changers that can take a team from pretender to contender overnight. And Sue isn't just name dropping. She's breaking down exactly how these players fit and why they're about to transform Indiana's future.
Obviously, through trade, added Sophie Cunningham, a player that, I would say a 3-and-D type player who has, been to the finals, so has that playoff experience. She's also just tough. She's mentally tough. She's physically tough. She brings an edge to that.
But here's where it gets really interesting. Sue isn't just hyping up the talent. She's diving into the X's and O's breaking down exactly why Indiana is becoming a powerhouse. She's talking about the chemistry, coaching, the whole package and when someone like Sue Bird starts talking strategy, you no the entire league is paying attention.
And funnily enough, Natasha Howard was an all-star. I think she was an all-WNBA player and Defensive Player of the Year playing with Sue Bird as a point guard. So she had her most success playing beside Sue Bird. And no offense to Sue Bird, Caitlin Clark prime for prime might already be better than Sue Bird.
You can almost hear jaws dropping across the league as Sue breaks it all down. She's not just saying Indiana is improving. She's warning the rest of the WNBA that something special is brewing. And it's happening fast.
But not least, they added DeWanna Bonner, which really I think is the one that for most people took it to another level. So now you're they're a contender. Now the expectations have changed. I'm sure the way they're approaching this season has changed. I think the biggest part of DB joining this team is that she's already played for Steph. So I think that's going to help bridge the gap.
Now, you might be wondering, what about all that locker room drama we kept hearing about? Well, Sue's got something to say about that too. She's pointing to Stephanie White as head coach, and how her experience with players like Bonner is going to be a game changer. Because it's not just about stacking talent, it's about building a team that works together.
I'll definitely say this. For the Fever, it's not about winning it all at all. It's about getting as far as you can for the confidence of next year and saying, look what we did. We went from 5 games to 13 games to 20 plus games in a matter of 3 years. So making it to the playoffs, just getting in there is one. It's like, yo, we're in the playoffs.
Can you believe how fast things are turning around? 1 minute, Indiana was the team nobody wanted to touch. The next, they're the hottest ticket in the league. And it's not just Sue saying it, the proof is everywhere. National TV games, sold-out arenas, big sponsorship deals. Indiana Fever is officially on the rise.
Tasha Howard, obviously, was a free agent. DeWanna Bonner, a free agent, and they've chosen to go there. So that's not always the case. But I love the organization, the team, everybody just being like, okay, we're trying to win now.